for women to rise. It's time for women to manage the world, in fact, the universe. You must have a purpose in life. You must know why you were born.
Why?
And you must use your personality.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We are the Pageant Gurus, and today, well, this is part 2 of the video which you just saw before. And now, Guru, take it over.
Yes, so you've just seen our part 1, and if you've not seen, stop here, go back and see our top 10 in swimsuits. Well, I feel for me the evening gown round is something that I really love, even more than swimsuit, because it's not just about the grace or the elegance. No matter how much the the organization of people say that it's not about the gown, it's about the woman, but the gown really solidifies, or there is a winning gown. There's a person and there is a gown that really makes that person shine bright on that night. We've seen it with Catriona's lava gown. Yep. We've seen it in 2006 when Zulekha Rivera wore the chain mail, everything made out of chain. And we've seen the Heinz ketchup gown, which was Miss Venezuela 2009, with all the red and the feathers. And we've seen Diana Mendoza in a very canary yellow gown where she was going swirling around. So those have been iconic gowns, and those have really solidified the women on that night. Even with Harnaz, last year's winner, I was hoping, because India is one country which is always iffy in terms of a final gown. They always mess up. And we've seen that time and time again. So we were really hoping. Even during the preliminary, she had a good gown, but it wasn't the wow gown, and we were like checking our Instagram, gown reveal, this is happening, and we didn't even know the color. So, I think pageant fans across the world, across the universe rather, they look forward to what's going to be the gown, who's going to be the designer. And I truly feel this is another way in which the whole fashion industry, is also supported. It's not just about the beauty, but also the fashion trends are defined here. So from that perspective, it's more of a complementary win-win situation. Especially now we see a lot of lookbooks, the thought behind the design. Even with Zosie's gown, if you see, it's always a message, a meaning. How can they bring a part of their country in that gown? So I truly look forward to it. So the good thing is that if you're going to have a top 16 and all of them are going to parade in their gowns, it's going to be a treat for me, at least.
It will. I am surprised, top 16 gowns, and I'm like, wow, how are the judges going to be judging this? I don't want to be them right now. It's going to be one tough job tomorrow for them. And yes, like you said, Guru, the evening gown, I think we all look forward to that more than anything, is to see everybody's gown. They're so beautifully dressed. They're all sparkly, and I know because when I saw it the first time in the pageant that I went for, it was like, oh my god, look at that one, look at that one, look at that one. Like, everybody looked just amazing, and this is where they put their best foot forward. The evening gown, and like you said, iconic gowns. They never kind of fade away, like the volcano gown, the lava gown. What was it? The Katerina Gray's gown. What was it? The lava walk. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a pageant newbie, guys. Be patient with me. Guru, what was the gown called?
Right, it was called the lava gown.
The lava gown. Okay, and the lava walk. Okay, so the gown, I remember after that pageant, how many copied it? How many copied? If in fact it was in blue as well with Miss Thailand, right? The similar one.
Next year.
Yes. So yeah, and this is what I think evening gown is. It's important, it's epic, it just stays with us, and we love it, and we look forward to it more than anything. So having said that, we're gonna be showing you our top 10 favorite evening gown rounds. And for me, I judge them on their poise, their confidence, their look, and their styling as well. With the hair and makeup, did it was it a cohesive look? This is something which I judged them on. Guru, what were you looking for when you saw the
Yeah,
evening gown?
you can have the best looking gown, but if it doesn't make the contestant feel confident, it's a flop for me. I've seen that in one of the cases. I think it was Albania, or I don't know, I'm forgetting her name, Guatemala, in 2018,
Mhm.
where when she was walking, the beads were getting chained up left
Oh
and right.
yes,
When she's
yes,
left, it
yes,
goes left, and it goes right, and it was difficult to even walk.
yes.
And it was like she was visibly uncomfortable. So that ruins the gown. It ruins the prospect of moving forward. So it's just that you need to practice in your gown. Don't leave it for the last minute.
Exactly. I wondered, Guru, why don't they do they practice or not? Because I saw stumbles in
Yes,
the last night. I did see some stumbles, and I think we both know who stumbled a little bit with the gown. But don't they practice this? I think the one thing they do is like, is the heel correct? Is the size, is the height fine? Are they gonna step on it? I don't
we'll
know.
never know this fully ever. But the thing is that sometimes the gown just arrives in time, so they don't have enough time.
Mm,
Sometimes what is given in terms of proper dressing at the time of fittings, it's different, but when it finally comes, it's here and there. And the Miss Universe organization have tailors and people who would just do something to just make it right.
mhm.
But the heels definitely play a lot of role. The
Yeah,
stage makes an
yeah.
important thing. That time we don't realize what kind of stage are we going to be walking on.
Mm,
If there are
mm,
too many stairs, how will it work? Specifically, this stage was not too good when it comes to showcasing the women properly. I loved last year's stage. If you see, there was a
mm.
whole circle. You could,
Yes,
go around and you could see
yes.
every angle. Here, it was just people were just coming here, standing, and then just going back. So
Kind
it
of felt
wasn't
like
doing
an
justice.
auditorium. Yeah, it kind of felt like an auditorium. Like
Yes.
you just theater, it's just theatrical. You come and perform and go. But I'm like you said, I think for the final event it would change. So maybe we would, and we are gonna get to see all the 16 in. Fingers crossed, we're gonna see the 16 in evening gown and swimsuit. So this would give us a chance to see them properly, and this would, yeah, I'm excited. Oh,
So,
I don't think I can sleep tonight.
we can continue like this for hours. So without further ado, let's get into our top 10.
All right. I had already done this, but I don't know why. All right, guys. Okay, you guys are ready for our top 10 best in evening gown. All right, so here we go. Number 10, India.
India.
Wow. Oh, God, I am shocked. Oh, God. Oh, God. No, please explain yourself, Guru.
Well, and this also, I am being a little biased because of I know what she means to us and how she's really conquered all her obstacles. Individually, the gown, if you see in static pictures, in the way what it means, the intricacy, I think it beats every gown on my top 10 list. However, the fact that she was not able, she was it was weighty, especially the bottom part, which was not letting her flow in the which, she would ideally just show her confidence. However, having said that, there was this very uh, stable confidence in her. Her face still remained very calm. You could see she's
Hmm.
having problems moving, and that's purely because of the sheer weight of the gown. But her expression was always in control. And I think
Yeah.
that's the reason she's up here. And it's very daring. No Miss India has worn two pieces like
Hmm.
this ever on the stage, which is what she said. But I know that there's going to be a gown change for the finals, so she is
Oh.
carrying two gowns.
Ooh.
And she had mentioned that she's wearing the gown that she likes more during the
Mm.
preliminaries.
Oh.
So this is her more favorite gown. So I hope this makes her at least qualified to come to the top 16, because I'm dying to see what's in store for the final gown.
I agree with you. I the pictures of this gown is remarkable. It's beautiful. The detailing you can't really see on stage as much as the close-up pictures. And I know why she chose a two-piece. And she's taken a lot of two pieces even during training and the rehearsals. She did wear two-piece today as well. She's got fantastic abs and she wants to show that off, and we can see why. Like we just discussed, stumbling. I felt the length of the gown, there was a problem. It was a bit heavy. It made her look a little frumpy on the hips. She's got slender, she's got a beautiful shape. This did not complement her shape. Having said that,
If you look at Miss South Africa 2 years back, Shudufadso, she had huge hips, but they were fit. It wasn't that she was, unhealthy. This was just her body shape. So it's not a common body shape. Yes, it's not very flattering. Her hips look wide, especially when she was turning.
Yeah.
So
see, in this you can make out that that's not her hips, that's not her thighs, right? So I don't think they should have done feathers for her, maybe something more flowy at the bottom. It could have, I think it's a design flaw. And I think she worked it. Regardless, she worked it. She was confident, she didn't let it show. There was a slight hesitation down the step, but she rocked it. Nevertheless, I did love this look on her. For me, Miss Russia, the first thing I saw when I looked at her, Jessica Rabbit. She was so Jessica Rabbit. I mean, Vava Voom. I mean, it's a simple gown. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the silhouette many times. She worked it. The hair and the makeup and the walk. She was sexy. She was on fire. And I think I love the styling. Fantastic styling. Very, very confident. Probably she knows she's not gonna make it probably anyway, but my God, she was amazing. Sexy. I think she was hot and sexy. Hot tamale.
She reminds me of Iris. She reminds me of Iris Mitchell when she was giving away her crown in the red, Michael Cinco gown.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah.
Bit of that, especially with the cape and the color of the gradient in the color as well.
Yeah,
Very
and
nice.
she had, this look was very classic, like you would think of like Marilyn Monroe sort of a thing, the hair flip and stuff. So I think it had a very classic, elegance, vintage look to it. It had a vintage look. That's why she's definitely top 10 for me. All right, guys, at number 9, Philippines. Ooh. Okay. Go on, Guru.
Philippines is my number 9. For the simple reason is that I think I love the upper half of her gown. The lower part where the mesh is, I wish there was no need of the mesh. I just felt it was an added, we had to tolerate it, and that a bit was similar to what South Africa had worn last year. If you remember the whole, Egyptian goddess, there also we had these panels. But those were more intricate. Here, just leaving them loose didn't really do her justice. However, I loved her confidence in it. If you look at how the fan cams have captured, I saw a couple of videos there. You can clearly see that the mesh doesn't show all that much from an audience perspective.
Okay.
But for us viewers on the camera, from viewing from a TV, it was a bit jarring. So I do feel that because of her elegance, because of the way she had perfected her walk, and it was quite elegant and effortless. So I think that's the reason she's a little up compared to India for me.
I did not like this gown at all on her. I was expecting something really spectacular from Miss Philippines, and I'm assuming this is not what she's gonna wear tomorrow. I hope it's not what she's going to wear tomorrow.
They've clearly said that what her final gown is going to be radically different from what this look is.
Thank God. This is not doing her justice.
Because she is Celeste, and it's in Italian, I think it means the skies, and that's why I'm sure her gown is going to be blue. But I do feel that in a national pageant, she did much better. Her gown was spectacular, the blue and silver. Even the way, when she had put her hair up, I think she looked very queenly and very, very regal.
Yes.
When it came to, and she has this mother of pearl skin, or very, very angelic skin.
Yes.
I couldn't see that because of the flow. That elegance was kind of missing in this. So I just hope she's able to do some patch up work and it does not affect her. And imagine if she doesn't come in the top 16, there'll be
Oh my God.
riots.
It's gonna be I she's not on my list, but I do want her to make it to top 16 now, that because we're doing top 10. If I was doing we were doing top 16, she would be on my list. She's a gorgeous girl. This gown was not good for her. Horrible styling. And I think it was blue. I'm guessing it was blue, right? And I think it was a turquoise or blue, something like that. But no, I think she should tie her hair up. It looks more beautiful on her. And yeah, let's see. Like I'm saying, tomorrow everything's gonna flip. Gonna do a 360 tomorrow. So let's see. India, of course, I loved her. I put her up slightly higher. But yes, she's not made it to top 5. As like I said, I do want to see what gowns there is, and I hope her fashion taste is a little bad, so that tomorrow's gown is going to be amazing because she doesn't like it. So I can just hope that Divita, you don't really know what suits you because this didn't, my darling, and she wants to show her abs, and she's showing a lot of it. But yeah,
The
all
other
right.
the other thing is because of the sash, it
Hmm.
was not doing justice. If the sash is removed, it would look so much different.
But so
But
when you
because
see
of
her,
that,
she's looking so, slender on top, and then like it's like a frump. So that's what, ruined it. The design was not good for her. She loved the two-piece idea, but I think it could have been executed slightly better. And yeah, so I think it's a designer error over here, not the girls. So yeah, that's it. So all right, guys, let's go to number 8. Venezuela at oh really? Number 8. Okay, you'll see. Go on. Why 8? I think she deserved better. I do think she deserved better.
a couple of things. I think she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. I've rarely seen not just a Venezuela, but any beauty queen wear this color. This pastel green. Um, you know, there's something that doesn't give me a queenly look. She's still a girly look. I don't know how was it. It was her makeup. She's like sweet. There's a sweetness, but there is, or maybe I have high expectations of what a queen should be. Not she's more of princess look. She's more like a Disney princess rather than a queen. When we looked at her Naz last time when she came, and then the last look
She
when
was
she was
yes,
turning, it
she
was
was
like, I'm going to kill you. I've come here to grab and I'm going to win. I'm the
yeah,
Sherni. This
she
was
was
very
the
sweet,
Shirley.
pure, and I didn't really find much interest in these hanging pieces of cloth left and right. It was more like cleaning the floor for me. It's and even while she was at the end of the runway, of whatever runway that was, she
Hmm.
didn't even take a moment to stand and to look and to gaze,
Yes,
because that's where you make or break. You look at how Pia looked, how Catriona, they make use of that final moment to
Hmm.
seal the deal.
Yeah.
Whereas she just glided and she moved forward, and then she's probably realized that she needs to still make it happen. So she was like turning at the back and just trying to give that very fierce face. But I believe she missed that second, that moment when So it was more not just a gown, but also her execution. I feel she could have done better, and that's why she's at my number 8.
I do agree with the fact that you're saying she's more princessy. I do feel that she has not much of experience in terms of being on a Miss Universe stage. It shows on her. She is childlike, and but the gown is spectacular. I love it. Why puff sleeves? The whole 80s thing. It's got this whole 80s things going on with, you know, the the color's fantastic. I love the way the layers just come down, and I do feel her hair could have been styled better for this gown. She could have done something more. It fell flat a little for me, but like I said, she is on my list, and but she's not 8. Malta, however, it was a remarkably beautiful gown. If you look at the neck piece and the way it just kind of flows, it curves her body. She looked gorgeous. She's a very pretty girl. I don't know how we've missed this, but Malta's gown was amazing, yellow, and I love color. You know, every time Guru and I talk about Miss India, what color? The first thing I'm what color is the gown? And usually I get like silver or gold or silver or gold, and I'm like, please, color. I love color. I love color. So Venezuela loved it. Malta, oh God, look at the gown again. Go back, watch the video, look at the gown again. You will see how amazing it is.
Can
Beautiful.
I say something?
Yeah.
So for me, this is more of a grand international gown than a Miss Universe gown. You know,
Yeah. But yeah, so I loved it. I love color, so you will see colorful gowns on my list. So all right,
but
number
compared
7.
to previous years, I think this year I've seen a lot more color when it
Yes.
comes to gowns compared to
Yeah.
previous years. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. Angola? Oh my, explain yourself, Gautam. I
My
don't
God,
understand.
this is just see how effortlessly she has the way she has really put her hair up. It's not a normal bun, it's flowing hair, but
Hmm,
it's still up.
hmm,
And the way the whole silhouette just falls, and she didn't keep on holding her, the cape and everything. It just flew so naturally.
hmm,
And even though the background was gold, she still stood out. And kudos to her trainer and the people who've trained her. 1,000-watt smile can light up the entire African continent. It's
hmm.
really, I just felt it was so classy. You know, she was not trying to overdo it. It was very interesting and very special.
Yes, she is beautiful, fantastic face. Love the hairstyle. She was perfectly styled for this sort of a gown. But this gown, I think we've seen the cape look a lot. I think even Harnaz wore a similar gold one. Kate Middleton wore a similar gold one for the it was I think the Top Gun premiere. Remember, they all had the similar. So it's the same thing I've seen, but in just a different hue of a color. So I think that's why it didn't wow me. But she is beautiful. She is beautiful, no doubt. I would love to see how she performs tomorrow as well. And no surprise, I have Iceland, and it was beautiful. I didn't want to take off the beautiful train that she had, the puffy train. I loved it. I think she should have left it, but she wanted to show her curves. I think that's why she took it off. And she is gorgeous. That face is amazing, and she is so natural, beautiful, fresh smile. Um, she gives me Kate Middleton vibes. I think that's why I love her. So yeah, she's number 7. All right, guys, at number 6. Curacao. Yeah, Curacao 6. You love her. How did you put her? Guru?
Curacao has been a consistent player for me. She reminds me of last year's Paraguay. That because of that episode. So,
Yeah.
so if you saw last year, Paraguay also had somewhat of a similar
Color.
color with a similar cape.
Yeah.
But this was much more elegant. This was much more queenly, and I think she's nailing it. I like her. I'm trying to see if I can put her in the top 5, but for me right now, I feel there are more interesting gowns and presentations in the top 5. What about South Africa?
South Africa was beautiful. She's a very beautiful girl. I love her. She's one of my favorites, definitely. This gown, total 80s vibe. This is why I'm an 80s child and I love the 80s fashion. And I had that hint of it. So if this is not a good picture, watch her. It gets drowned because the gown was similar to the background lights, and so you could not see it pop. So when they do a close up, see her face, the color, that copper gold thing. Oh my God, it was exquisite on her. It's a simple silhouette, but everything worked. The hair, I love the way she styled it. Remember, you were talking about what she's gonna do with the evening gown. Is she gonna tie it up? Is she gonna braid it? This is fantastic. So I loved this.
Yeah.
If she wins the crown, how is she gonna win the crown? Is what I would like to know. Because I've
We'll
that
have to
lovely
force.
headpiece.
We'll have to force the force for good on her.
I feel she
It'll
might
be a
change her
force field.
gown in tomorrow. I think she will change
Yes,
it because
yes.
I think
For the last I think 5 to 6 years, winners have always been ones that have changed their gowns from the preliminary. They've all used different gowns.
okay.
Look at from Pia, you look at Iris, then you look Demi, Catriona, then you look at Zoe, then you look at Andrea, you look at Harnaz. All of them changed their gowns. So let's see if
Let's see.
she
She
has any
would.
chance to win. She has to change her gown.
She has to change her look because that beautiful headpiece is not going to work if she's going to win. And I think one of the things the girls would be wanting is the crown going to sit on my head. We don't want it to fall, right? Because you always say that there's always a jinx with new crowns. So let's not watch this one fall. Remember, you said that to me. I still remember, Guru, that
Yes.
every time there's a new
Yeah.
crown, something bad happens, and that one
And
will
will
down.
not. Yeah, it has happened. Anne is there.
Anne's gonna be like holding the crown. She's gonna be sitting with the crown. I bet she's sleeping with the crown right now. And yep. So anyway, fingers crossed for tomorrow, guys. All right, and number 5 here is real. Bahrain.
Hey!
Go on.
I think Bahrain pleasantly, exceedingly surprised all of us. We always knew that she was a model. She had good taste, but coming in this very statement piece where she's covering her head, but she's like dripping diamonds from head to toe, and her eyes were speaking, so much. She knew she was the queen that time.
Yeah.
She could feel that she is the moment. She is making history for her country, and it was a magical experience. I still have goosebumps just thinking.
I know.
And if she manages to pull up a complete spoiler and wins, it's going to be so.
This is yeah, and I think I'm superstitious, so I'm not gonna say too much about it because you're gonna see in the next upcoming ones. I love her, so I'm gonna leave it at there. And USA, I love this gown, 80s vibe, the big frills and the puffy things. It was beautiful. I love this magenta color on her. Fantastic styling, and it was sparkling so beautifully on her. So yes, she's not my favorite to win at all, but she is beautifully dressed. I do see her coming top 16, definitely. And I hope she wears this gown tomorrow. I do hope she wears this.
No, she will not.
She's not? Oh, so they're getting
She
creative.
has 5 gowns to choose from.
Wow.
Because she's a designer. She has designed this piece for herself.
Wow. I love that she chose color. I love that she chose a color not many have attempted. I've not seen this color. Quite a while. I'm not.
So if you compare this with Venezuela's thing, even these have the frills and the.
That's what I like. That's a very 80s thing. The puff sleeve is, I think, that was synonymous with.
But if you see how she started earlier, it was all covered up, and then she removed it. So there was some bit of drama.
Yes.
Whereas when you look at Venezuela, she was coming with those hanging things. So
Yes.
if there was a reveal, if she would have twirled and something fell off, and then it would have looked a little more interesting.
Yeah.
There was, if you're doing drama, then go full on. So that's what I found here. But
if you're talking about drama, Guru, let's make a special mention here for Miss Costa Rica. She comes with a white gown and she pulls out her hairpin and then she lets the hair. Who does that? I'm sorry, if you're going for an event, you don't just bun up your hair and then take it out and do it. Well, that was too gimmicky. I did not like that. Costa Rica was out after that, she looked beautiful in a white gown, but the whole unplugging the hair thing was just a big no-no for me. So, all right, here goes. Top 4. I have no idea what she chose.
Thailand.
Yes, she's pretty. I like it. I've seen this gown though. I've seen this gown.
This gown is trending worldwide.
Yes, I saw it. I've seen this gown, but not on a Miss Universe contestant. Aishwarya Rai wore it for Cannes, I think, many, 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 many decades ago, and she had a similar thing with a strappy at the back. So that's how I remember a silhouette like this. I don't know if you remember Aishwarya Rai wearing something like this. And
Yes, but do you know why is this trending so much?
nope.
So this is made out of cans. The can opener, when you have a can, you open it up. The
Oh,
part of that, all of
yes.
these are from there. So she, this is more of the fact that we throw things which are unnecessary, but even that can have value. Because
Mm.
she was a garbage picker. Her parents were garbage pickers, so she has lived picking these things up, and she has
Oh,
got the
wow.
entire trade. So you can imagine the entire global fashion industry has just caught up with this news, and this
Mm,
now takes it to another different level. I didn't like the gown per se. I felt that she
mm.
could do so much more.
Yes.
But when I understood this meaning and what it represents, and then you look at the way how she is owning it and how fiercely she is looking at it, I
Mm,
really encourage you to go back and see her now. When
mm,
you get
mm.
to know the story and then you see how
Yes,
she's owning
yes,
it,
yes.
you could see the fire. You never know, even though Anne is Miss Universe's owner, if she does something spectacular, uh, if it's written in her destiny, she could pretty much be Miss Universe.
Now that you tell me, I see this gown in a whole new look. No doubt, no doubt. Because by itself, I'm like, okay, it is. I think we did not realize how much of a message
The
this
other thing
gown
is,
had.
to be honest, if the commentators could have given some meaning to
Yes,
while talking about these,
yes, I think they should.
I just felt it was just way far-fetched compared to what that could have really been much more useful for at least the judges while taking note and giving,
Mm, mm.
their marks.
I think that's
Because
fair
each
because
of these have, yeah, they should also talk about the designer. That will be
they
also a
talk
good thing,
about
that to just tell who the
national
designer
costume.
is.
National costume,
And
they
then
have these cheesy things that the cheesy lines that they do say. I think they should talk about the inspiration of why this gown and whatever it represents. They should have a little bit of a narration. I do
I
agree
think
with
they
that.
do that. They do that in some years. For example, in Zosie's time, if you remember, there
Hmm.
was a back voice,
Yes,
which talks about the gown and
yes,
what it means and what is the symbolism.
yes.
So if they do that, then yes, because these are very nowadays more and more people are talking about not just any color, not just any cut, but how can they make it
Hmm.
so personal, memorable, and
Hmm.
fashionable and fashion forward. So
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Hmm.
believe this was a lost chance in terms of telling the story, but I
Hmm.
believe it finally caught up, and that's really kudos to
It
the
is, yes,
thought behind it. And,
yes, absolutely. Beautiful. Venezuela, number 4 for me. I put it way up high because it was beautiful. I loved it. Um, it was beautiful. Even though I agree with all the things we discussed before, I still love this gown. I still love it. I do want her to wear it tomorrow as well, but I would want her to style her hair a little differently. So, yep. Okay, so here it is. Top 3. This is it. Puerto Rico. Oh my God. I knew. Go on. So do you like the gown or do you like her?
I like both.
Gown didn't flatter her. I don't know. I don't know.
It's better than the last Miss Puerto Rico. I
Mm,
just hope she doesn't do any other blunder. It's a safe gown. Even if you look at Hernaz's gown, it wasn't out of the blue. Sometimes you have to be just safe and just carry it through
yeah,
for you to move to the next round.
yeah.
We've seen the past few Miss Puerto Ricos. They've tried to do risky things and then it's just hit them back.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, be it the kind of walk they do or the gown, it fits her well. I'm still a bit unsure when she finally stood. Then she flipped her hair back. I think
Yeah.
that could just be avoided. It's good in the swimsuit competition to show sass and a bit of confidence, but here there is no need to do that. or if she puts all her hair up so that her neck and the collar can clearly be shown. Here it's kind of wishy-washy. It's not really accentuating her. The collar isn't doing much for me.
I agree.
You know,
The collar put it off.
well.
The collar put it off, and just it. And I think what I've noticed her, like you said, she's absolute eye candy. You just can't stop looking at her. I'm not a fan of her smile. I like it when she's relaxes her face a bit, and she does look much more beautiful. But she's over the top. She's always trying to do something extra, and I don't know why I get this feeling, Guru, that tomorrow she'll try and do something way gimmicky and trying to do something like, okay, notice me, and she's gonna mess it up.
I think the
So
only person who can do any gimmick is Anne herself. So she will not allow two people in the same sword. वो कहते हैं ना, एक दो तलवारें एक मयान में. You can't have the two. There can only be one.
yeah.
One gimmick. So
But yeah,
Dominican Republic is very nice.
Dominican, oh my God, this girl is gorgeous. This is when she wowed me with this gown, this color. I love color. I love the silhouette. Look at this beautiful collar that she had, and it's a similar, sort of a cut that Harnaz's gown had as well on the top part. Beautiful. She worked those flares. She worked it. She stood. The poise that she had, remarkable. And she reminded me of Jacqueline Aguilera, the gown, Miss Venezuela, and I love that color. That was one of the times I fell in love with that color because I remember her with the raven black hair. So this color is beautiful, and I love this color personally. And yes, she rocked it. I hope she does not change the gown. I hope she sticks with this. She's gonna go a long way.
Well, she is going to. It's
all
like
right.
let it flow, let it
Let it flow.
let it
Yes,
flow.
seriously, same. Just be this girl. Don't change yourself, girl. And I see her top 3. I do see her top 3 with this look. So let's see. All right, number 2. Oh, you've done it, number 2. Oh, okay. I got Curacao. Okay, I love the gown, like I said. So go on, Guru.
Nothing to say. I think she owned the stage. Her twirl, it was as if she has wings. And sometimes people try to just flap the cape to show that there is something, and it just doesn't mesh with the silhouette of the gown. Here it was one big thing. And talk about the collar, and we compare it to Puerto Rico. This is also a collar, but it just so naturally flows into the way defining her, yet keeping it very fluid. I think not just a beautiful design, but she has really carried it so in a very, very different, a very unique way, smilingly. It didn't seem that she was trying to force fit or trying to make an impression. She was just having fun. And the color is so gorgeous. We've never had a Miss Universe in such a color.
No.
We've had Miss World, so not Miss Universe. So.
Yeah, Miss World in this color. And like I said, so she worked it. She was happy with it. She was having fun with it. And you could see how
Let's see. I'm still not sure. But
I am eager to know who is at number 1. Ready, guys?
Why you do?
Okay, here goes.
Everybody in the world is
so let us see who deserves to be peace.
Peace. All right, peace, guys. At number 1 is. Oh my God! No, you put USA. You honestly think with Anja Kapong, USA is gonna come? Wow.
I just feel, I just feel something is very weird. Last time a Miss USA won was in 2012, so 10 years back. At that time, Miss Universe was Olivia Culpo, and she is going to be the host for tomorrow's event.
Yes.
Olivia won in a very big pink ball gown.
It was red or it was
pink
Pink,
and
pink.
white. Yeah.
Yes,
And this
yes.
is also very pinkish. So I just feel the stars could be aligning for USA to actually do extremely well.
Oh, this is a risky number one. Considering the takeover,
And it's in a home country, and it's a home country advantage. So she is in the US, so the crowd is going to be behind her.
you know she's getting the votes. You know she's getting the votes. You know that, now it's under a new ownership. The American influence is still going to be there. Are they going to be still favorites now? Well, left to see.
So another way of making sure that the US fan following is still there,
Is
is to
to,
have.
yeah.
But I think this is more towards the gown. As I said, the gown reveal was amazing. It first was like a proper shawl, and then she removed it, and color is very unique. Never seen something like this. Again, it's not the usual gown. The cuts are very risky. It's sexy, but at the same time, it's stylish. It's not vulgar. She carried it off well. She was smiling.
Guru, if you remember, Supranational India, Ritika Katani, the gown that she had something like this, and she had remember? So, and she
Yes, yes,
could not
yes.
work that. She could not work that.
No.
She could not. It was a mess. It was too much for her. It was like,
Because those were feathers. I don't know, Indian women and feathers just don't mesh well.
it doesn't.
They always end up looking like roosters or some,
She looked like a chicken. I did not like it, and she was such a gorgeous girl. So, but this one, she has something heavy around her and on her shoulders, and she's worked it. So, yes, definitely. And no surprise why my number one is Miss Bahrain. This gown, you guys might have obviously know by now, took 700 hours to make. And she wanted to, yes, 700 hours it took to make this gown, and the crystals and everything. It just was all hand done, and it took forever. And she personally designed this with the designer. She wanted something to represent the abaya, or the burqa, or the hijab, or what you all know as, and she wanted to make it modern, embracing her conservative, lifestyle as well, and be bold. So you can see how curvilicious she looks in this. And like I said, head to toe, literally covered. And she is beautiful and sexy as well. So this is a remarkable gown in the way, and the makeup, spot on, spot on. This color and the makeup, and she's got a lovely dusky complexion. It was breathtaking. You want to see a queen on stage. You were saying princess before, Guru, and now this is what a regal look is like. She is a princess. She's
I think less
amazing.
is more. Clearly shows less is more.
Less is
Simple
more.
cut, making a statement.
And
Yeah,
that face
I
is
agree.
owning it. It's if you look at it, it's just one color, and it can go wrong when you're doing something head to toe with so much of sparkles. It can go horribly wrong. It can look really, bland and dull and irritating and boring, but it didn't. So it was
And the
her.
thing is,
It
we've
was
never
her
seen
energy.
we've seen something similar like this with some of the Filipino. I think I'm forgetting her name, Gabriela or someone. She's done something similar, but I think not on the Miss Universe stage. It's the first time we are seeing something like this on the Universe stage. So
And
it's always
I think
amazing.
last time Miss Bahrain she had this, it was quite heavy, it was quite big what she was wearing. It was too many layers, and it was like a huge overcoat kind of a look thing. It was way too much, but this is beautiful. So she is my favorite in all, both swimsuit and evening gown. She remains as number one, and she is my favorite to win. And well, let's see, guys, what's gonna happen tomorrow. Guru,
So you
how
better watch
excited are
out,
you?
because I'm totally excited. Yeah, because I've still not compiled my final 10. So I really need to see, combining both the swimsuit and the evening gown, who are going to be my top 10. And we'll compare that note and try to record it as soon as possible and post it online. Because this is based on everything that we've seen, that we've understood, their speaking abilities, how they have aced this ramp walk in their evening gown, in their swimsuit. And, even then, I think it's one girl's destiny to win tomorrow. Last year, it was Harnaaz.
Yeah.
Imagine if 1 year down the line, I don't think she would have had any chance of winning
No.
where she is today. But the stars aligned, and it was meant for her.
Yes.
As
Yes.
Andrea said, you were chosen for a reason. Never forget that.
Yes.
So I think she was chosen for that year. This year, it's going to be someone equally special. And the crown will be passed on. So I really need to think a lot and get some divine messages as to which country is going to